Hi, I'm Kelly and I'm one half of Sisters of Stitchcraft. Dee is away in New Zealand. A nice cup of tea that my husband made me, so I just thought I'd come on and do a little makes video really. So what did I make in September and October? Wow, I can tell you I made 2 dresses for Project Dress a Girl, so that was my first time of doing Project Dress a Girl. A very worthwhile cause, and hopefully I'll get more made next year. But yeah, so I made some beautiful sunflower ones. I'll try and get Richie to insert a photo there, somewhere. What else did I make? I made I made an Ellery dress hack with the fabric Godmother fabric that I got from Tamlin. Sewn on the Tyne, just assume everybody knows who Tamlin is. And that was a beautiful floral fabric, and I mentioned it in our last fabric haul actually because I was wearing it. So yes, I made that in September. That was an Ellery dress hack. So what I did was, instead of doing the 2 tiers, I just did 1 tier and just did the top tier and lengthened it by another half, because I wasn't going to have enough fabric to do it otherwise. But it worked well and I really liked it. Dee preferred it to the tiered ones, I think. So that was that. I'm going through my Instagram. I also made my So Precious fabric, the Precious Fabric, So Up Your Precious Fabric one, which was also my sophisticated outfit, which was a Nina Lee Holland Park dress in my Precious Liberty fabric, the Tudor Dream fabric. So again, I'll try and get Richie to put in pictures. If not, you know, my Instagram is alright so and so you can always go and look at that on Insta. So yes, so that was that. I made some scrunchies as well to match the Tudor Dream Holland Park dress. I also made, so that was September, and then October, the One Lisa show hosted a challenge that was sew up your whip. Just do your whips. I can't remember what the challenge was called now. How bad is that? My memory's terrible. So just sew up that whip 24. I think that's what it was called. And you probably remember I did do a vlog, and I had 6 projects that I thought I might try and get done, and I managed to get 4 done, which was pretty good going actually. So I did this one, which is a black marlow and like a cable net. I don't know if you can see that. I messed this up. So this was a whip because this band wasn't long enough, because I'd made a longer version of the cardigan. But this was the 4th one that I sewed up. So I'd sewed up. Anyway, I didn't bother looking at the instructions at all. I just thought, I know what I've got to do. I just need to attach that and attach that. And what's actually happened is that at the bottom, I've attached it in the wrong order. So it doesn't, well, it's not so bad on that side. Let's get on this side. So there, can you see how bad that is? So this will not have buttons or buttons holes. This will just be for wearing around the house as an extra layer because it's a bit chilly. So yeah, so I managed to mess that up completely, and I'm not unpicking it and I'm not redoing it. It will just be worn around the house, but it will be worn, and it was sewn up. So that's a win, right? I did my other marlow. Now this was the one where the buttonholes had messed up on the machine, the first buttonhole I did on it. So I've sewn them by hand. They're not very neat, but they are my first hand sewn buttonholes. So I'm kind of like, it's fine. No one's really going to notice or see them. And I've got massive sparkly buttons. They were from Magpie's Eyes, or the Magpie's Eye, on Etsy, but I thought, oh, they're lovely. So yeah, so that's got buttons, that got finished. I've worn that out and I am loving it. So that was number 2. So that's quite successful, isn't it? Now the other ones were the hoodies. Excuse me, they're in the wrong way. Not very organised, am I? So my purple hoodie has a hood. It has a hood. I managed to do it. I don't know why I procrastinated so much about getting it done, but I was so despondent when both the hoods had messed up and I didn't have a hoodie. So that's like, these were whips, the Marlows were whips for just over a year, or about a year. And this has been a whip for almost a year as well. So yes, I've got my Cadbury purple, maybe just slightly brighter than Cadbury purple, but very purple hoodie, which I have worn. Again, I will try and get Richie to put photos in. We'll see, he's much more clever than I am. So yes, so that one. And I got the lightning hoodie done. So that one hasn't got a band at the bottom. I've just done a faux hem on my, it's not a faux one, it is one, but I did it on that overlocker rather than mess around with Mariflex on the machine. I certainly wasn't going to do a zigzag stitch. The only thing I would say is I've managed to mess up the pocket on this. The machine did not like it, so I've hand sewn it, and actually it's a bit of a mess. My hand sewing is rubbish, which is a real shame. So I'm debating whether to just unpick that and not bother with the pocket, or whether to just make a feature of it by stitching with wool or something, doing big stitches with wool over it so it doesn't show. I'm not sure yet. I'm probably going to unpick it and take it off because it's not pretty, and I can't believe I did that. It's just, my machine just doesn't like it. I need to get one of those walking foots. I've got a walking foot, but I couldn't figure out how to get it on the machine. So again, I'm going to have Richie have a look at that and see if it actually fits on my machine. I think it was quite a cheap one that I bought from somewhere, and I think maybe it said it was okay for my machine, but maybe it's not really okay for my machine. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, sometimes you have to pay out for these things, don't you? But I think it's about £40 or £50 for a walking foot, an official walking foot from Janome for my machine. And I just think that's a lot of money. But I think if it helps with bulky makes, then maybe it would be a really good thing to have. Let's say my lightning hoodie with a purple inside and the blue cuffing, navy blue cuffing. I have got a picture of me in it somewhere, but I've got the hood on. Now this hood was my third attempt at putting this hood on. This one, and I didn't unpick it the first time, I cut it, and then I unpicked the second one, I think. So yeah, but it worked. It's working. I've worn it. I wore it today, dog walking. Fantastic. So for dog walking and looking after the little one, that is perfect. So those were my 4 sew up your whips. And then Emma from Studio 77, you know the boxes that we get with the bag making gubbins, she was hosting a make a bag challenge. So it was like a mini tote, one of her patterns that she's got, and I joined in and I made this really beautiful little tote bag. It's so cute. I've got Paige Joanna, Good Vibes Only, on there, and inside I've lined it with some Harry Potter cotton that I've had since I started, more or less since I started sewing. But yeah, it's just really cute. It's got a little pocket. This outer fabric came from my first box, and I think this might have been in the first box as well. Although I don't know actually, this might have been in Dee's box, one of Dee's boxes. Or maybe I bought this box as an extra. Maybe I did. Anyway, both from Studio 77, as is the zip. First time using a continuous zip, and an extra zipper that you put on. Size 5, who knew there were sizes of zips in that sense? So yeah, beautiful. And that was pretty much everything that I made in September and October. So yeah, I will come back and I will do a plans video, I think, once I've done some writing down of these things, of what I'm going to make and what sizes I'm going to make. So yes, that's it. That's my makes video for September and October. So I'll see you later. Happy sewing. Bye.